Hello, it's Tad Walker here, and I have got another Sunday sport for you today. At the time of recording, a little bit of a rainy day today after all that heat wave. Got proper sunburn on me. I made the mistake of wearing a basketball top, so you can only imagine pink, white, little pink triangle here. No pun intended. White, pink. I look like an off mint humbug. Sorry I missed last week's. I just had some better things to do. So at the time of recording, a little bit rainy today. Let's hope today, when you're watching it, Sunday, is a nice, glorious day, but preferably not too hot. I went out in so I haven't even looked at the newspaper headline for this one. That's how dedicated I am to the grand reveal. Okay, 4 topless ladies. Anyone fancy a topless water fight? Is I would say it's the headline, but it's probably in about a size 12 font. Vegan sells courgettes as eco sex toys. Babes of lockdown exposed. 5-page special. 5 pages, that one. And if there is a headline, and I'm saying this because it's taken up roughly about 2/9 of the page, work dries up for Jezza lookalike. Corbyn Tribute Act lives in bottle bank. I'll be honest, I've thought about living in a bottle bank before. One of the things I thought would be cool in an ideal world, if you buy a garbage truck, a new one, and then convert the inside of it. Because nobody think, oh, that's a house. Be a right secret house, that. Bottle bank, good. One of those dumpsters, pretty good. I like stuff like that. If you live in a dumpster, hit me up. Give me a room tour. Right, so let's dive into it. Liz Hurley's ring piece shocker. Actress Elizabeth Hurley has posed naked in a bubble bath to mark her 55th birthday. She's looking good for 55. But one scoundrel used it as an excuse. Used it as an excuse to discuss the star's tightly puckered, in capitals, bumhole. In the picture above, Liz is relaxing in the tub and has both her arms up in the air in celebration with carefully placed bubbles to protect her modesty. Picture references. The Hollywood legend captioned the Instagram post, "Happy birthday to me. This is the 5th birthday we've celebrated during lockdown among my little group, including my mother's 80th and my son's 18th. Well, Liz is on 18. Imagine that's your mum. You're an 18-year-old kid. You're never hearing the end of it, are you? Never, ever hearing that. Even though you've got all that money and all that fame and you live in a nice house, you're never hearing the end of it, are you? I had a friend, and we used to go around his house, and he had an older sister, and she wasn't bad looking, but she wasn't Liz Hurley. Do you know what I mean? And even us then were just like, oh, we're gonna steal her knickers, and we just used to wind him up about it. And he was like, no, don't, just leave her alone. And we was like, we never did anything. We were just used to wind him up about it because he has an older sister. That's all it took. I mean, we weren't 18; we were a bit younger, but. I'm good. I support the porn industry and the glamour model industry and everything like that. But there's a good chance you're going to have kids. And if any of those kids are male, that's it. You fuck their teenage years. Let me tell you. It's going to be bad. That's why I like having a fat mum. No one gives a shit. Sorry, mum. While Liz's online followers were quick to wish her a happy birthday in the comments, one user on the website of a tawdry London-based newspaper ruined everything by bringing Liz's doubtlessly pristine back bottom into discussion. Rob Young slavered, "I only came here to look at a rusty sheriff's badge." Rusty sheriff's badge is a crude euphemism for anus, along with they've just padded out the article with different names for a butthole. Strap in, guys. Get ready. We'll come close for this one. Right, don't laugh, okay? Don't laugh. Nobody's even watching this far. If you are, though, don't laugh. Let me know if you succeeded. Straight face. Rusty sheriff's badge is a crude euphemism for anus, along with balloon knot, hoop, brown eye, Gary glitter, fuck off, chocolate starfish, leather Cheerio, it's a personal favourite. I've never heard this one. Dirty onion ring, taint, backdoor, and shit pipe. A pal of the birthday girl said, "This is supposed to be Liz's special day. She hardly wants all of Britain to be fixated on a rear crinkle." I've been shitting on my prized potatoes for years. Why not show my video, Monty Don? Clive's fury at Gardener's World stub. For a show that relies a lot on filming up and down the country, lockdown was never going to be easy for bosses of Gardener's World. So program makers came up with a stormy ideas asking viewers to send in short videos of their own gardens, which could be presented by respected host Monty Don. But one green-fingered grower's tapes have not, in capitals, been shown, despite him sending in a clip every week. Tomato grower Clive Bassett, 68, of Middleton in Manchester, has won prizes nationwide for his juicy fruits, and his secret is using his own dung to fertilise them. Sadly, the retired gasfitter's vid, in which he kindly shares his secret, have yet to be shown on Gardener's World, and he senses a conspiracy. Don't think there's a conspiracy, mate. I just don't think the BBC want to show you shitting on a tomato plant. There's no conspiracy. It's that. It's that. He told the Sunday Sport, "I filmed myself shitting on tomatoes to show exactly how it's done. It's not easy shitting while holding a camera phone, I tell you. But have my videos been shown? No. And I know why. Because I'm white. Happily married man. Married to a woman. Just as God intended. I hasten to add. I obviously don't fit the bill for these woke telly people. It's no shortage of Brighton types on Gardener's World." Source to Gardener's World says we get a lot of videos sent in and we simply can't show them all. Brighton types. How's that for a derogatory term? Oh yeah, he looks like one of those Brighton types. Alright, you fucking Brighton type. Dog owner wins alligator tug of war. A man has a tug of war match with an alligator that grabbed his dog and pulled it into a river. So here's the front page headline here. Jezza lives in a bottle bank and Gaza feeds him bread. I don't want to read it because I know it's going to be like, there's a Jeremy Corbyn look-like and he lives in a bottle bank. That is going to be the story. Everything is in the headline. There's not going to be any shocks, is there? The 68-year-old who bears an uncanny likeness to deposed former Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn has been taking advantage of what readers of The Guardian call a new normal. Since March, the only form of self-isolation Keith has attained has been within a smelly bottle bank in Bournemouth. Only this morning I was able to tuck into a liquid breakfast of mixed red and white vino dregs, a glug of Kahlua. You know what? I'm not reading this. It's absolute bullshit. Let me tell you, I hope this pandemic gets better purely for the quality of this newspaper. Self-drive commuters wank on their way to work. What would people do to fill time while being ferried around in a self-driving car? Having sex and a wank. And a wank? Appears to be the answer. According to the survey conducted by WeVibe, it seems doing work is well down the list. Instead, if given a self-driving car, 20% would spend their travel time having sex, and 11% would masturbate, while only 8% would dedicate the extra time to work. I mean, I get public transport. I mean, I'm not doing any masturbating on there. Not since I've been told. If I had a self-driving car, what would I do? Yeah, probably just watch YouTube. I'd watch this. I'd watch my own YouTube videos as well. I did now. And breakfast. I could eat breakfast. If I had a self-drive car, and it was my own car, what I could do is buy food in advance and put it in the car, like store it, cereal, maybe get a mini fridge in there, and put milk in there, some spoons, some croissants, maybe a toaster. I'd like to do this in a car anyway. I just don't have a car. And then in 20-minute drive to work, I'd just eat breakfast, put YouTube on my phone, get a croissant, or a pain au chocolat, and then just actually eat. Snowflakes bid to wipe Spunk Bubble from map, which apparently is the name of the place, not just an actual spunk bubble. First they come for the statues, now they've come after Spunk Bubble. Rights campaigners said Spunk Bubble Lane on the outskirts of Huddersfield in West Yorkshire is named after 18th century businessman Sebastian Spunk Bubble. It should be renamed Liberty of the BAME, the LGBTQI community lane, and the name Spunk Bubble never mentioned again. But outraged local resident Henderson Mathers poo-poos Sugar Sweet's research. Henderson, who's previously fought off the attempt by developers to rename the street, spat, "This lass is talking out of the back of her arse. Spunk Bubble is a corruption of the Anglo-Saxon for bubbling stream. It's nought to do with slavery. We will push to have any mention of his name declared a hate crime. The latest row comes after hotheads chucked a statue of 17th century slave trader Edward Colson into the Bristol docks." Boxing babe is cleared by spunk ruling. Boxer Virginia Guinea Fox. Fuck's sake. Boxer Virginia Ginny Fox has been cleared of any wrongdoings by the US Anti-Doping Agency after she successfully argued that banned substances found their way into her system through her boyfriend's spunk. Ginny, above 32, proclaimed her innocence after testing positive for 2 banned substances in an out-of-competition back in February. She later found out that her boyfriend had ingested these substances. After an investigation was confident the American did not cheat. Well, best of luck to you, Ginny, and your spunk-empowered body. So again, turn the page. There's basically a 2-page thing here of just naked woman. Start on the left. Government ad tells youth, don't rely on pornography. Right. Straight over. I mean, I won't even say it's a cross-dresser. It's a man in a bikini. It's a man in a 2-piece is what it is. I'll wipe my hairy bottom with your Harry Potter books, Rowling. State of that. It's just that you just don't see it on the page. You're looking around here, and then suddenly it's like, oh, there it is. Hiya. It may be that Harry Potter creator J.K. Rowling suspected her words would cause a bit of a rumpus. Even so, the hugely imaginative writer must have been surprised by the reaction to her suggestions that men do not have periods. In a sager age, her word would be wholly uncontroversial, merely a statement of bald fact. But in this strange looking glass world of the 21st century identity grandstanding, Rowling's whipped up a storm. Even Daniel Radcliffe, the actor who played her creation in the films, waded in. One of those stamping their feet in fury is 56-year-old Jemima Grinstitch. Jemima, who was formerly known as married lorry driver Jim, now identifies herself as a woman, despite being in possession of a beard and a fully functional set of wedding tackle. She piped, "How dare J.K. Rowling suggest that women menstruate and ovulate? I am as much of a woman as she is. The only reason I do not ovulate is because of the years of rapid oppression by the cis majority and the ongoing trans genocide by trans exclusionary radical feminists." Jemima of Bristol added, "I was a huge fan of the Harry Potter books and have some very fine first editions worth many thousands of pounds. No, everyone thinks they do, but they don't. I shall wipe my arse with the torn out pages of these books in protest against Rowling's fascism. And yes, my arse is hairy, as I am a woman. Well, two things. If you don't support the artist, doesn't mean you don't like the book. All you're doing is damaging your own property. She's already made you money. And everything else to do with the political stuff, not going to touch. Hello, it's Tad Walker again here. I've got a bonus Sunday video. Well, maybe there's some other papers around, because I know there's like the midweek sport and stuff like that, but I feel like we're treading the same water. And so I found one. It looks like a pretty integral paper, very important, and news from the world, political. It's very wordy, So it seems like a really... It says, for peace and socialism. Proudly owned by our readers. Incorporating the Daily Worker. Established 1930. But the thing that got me is the paper's called The Morning Star. That's another name for the devil. Newspaper's just called Satan, basically. Morning Star.